on an emerging topic such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. At the outset, I would like to thank AICTE for giving us this opportunity. It is gratifying to note that there is a tremendous response to this workshop. More than 150 faculty from all over the country have registered for this workshop. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning are three mantras of today and can be heard everywhere. Needless to mention here that anyone who is reasonably good in any of these areas will have a bright future. Artificial intelligence as such is not a new field. I myself have taught artificial intelligence during mid-80s and early 90s when I was a faculty in Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi, and Bhavati Institute of Engineering and Technology, Davangere. Those days, we used to code using Usenet prolog languages which are considered to be most suitable for AI applications for their knowledge representation features. Today, they have become obsolete languages. Nevertheless, AI has regained its importance. Our country is second to none in the world where okay. Continue. Okay. COVID-19 has also impacted the field of education very badly. Thanks to technological advancements, we have been able to conduct online classes. But when it comes to conducting examinations online, we face major challenges. I know some of the premier institutions in our country where examinations used to be conducted without the presence of invigilators in the hall. That is the kind of trust and confidence those institutes have on those bright children who would never copy even when an opportunity is provided. That's a very ideal world in which every one of us would love to live. But reality is different. Today, if we have to conduct an online examination, it has to be proctored. National Law School of India University has conducted proctored online common law admission test using AI technology for their admissions. It is time we also seriously think of designing a proctored online examination module using artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Finally, a word of caution. Indiscriminate usage of technology might shadow the human intellectual memory power bestowed by nature. A time has come to relook at AI through an integrated approach. This is essential to ensure that man does not become a slave of AI, which might result in his losing grip over his faculty of thinking. If that really happens, then man will be deprived of the unique position of reigning supreme as the most highly evolved being. We should never forget the fact that nothing is superior to natural intelligence which God has endowed man with. It should be our endeavor to ensure that this God-given gift is nurtured all the time. Besides Tamil Nadu, there are participants from Karnataka, Nainital, Chandigarh, Tripura, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Pune, etc. There is a participant from IIM Rohtak as well. I am also extremely thankful to the resource persons who readily accepted our invitation and are willing to share their knowledge with every one of us. I am sure you all will find this workshop very fruitful and beneficial. At the end of this workshop, you should have the satisfaction that you all learned something which you will be making use of for the betterment of society. If that really happens, then we would have realized the objective of this workshop. Wish you all the best and have a safe stay. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Participants, let us go into the session straight away. And before that, I would like to say Dr. Venkat Subramaniam, who is one of the resource person, who will be joining us shortly. And as I said, all participants be with a laptop, because we are going to have hands-on training and coding and the running of coding. All those things will be happening within the session itself. So if you leave the session in the middle and you come back, you may there may be a discontinuity. So try to be with the laptop only and continuous contact with the workshop. So these are the requests I am putting forth. And another thing, every day evening we will be having a quiz like. So you know that we all supposed to have 80% and also 60% marks and 80% attendance. So I request all of you to be present throughout the session so that it will be really useful to you. Please don't come with the mobile. Don't join with mobile. Please, everybody, please join with your laptop only. So that then only you can see the codings and you can run the codings and other things. So hope you all have downloaded the Anaconda compiler and be ready with that to go into. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Venkat Subramaniam, and he is basically a B graduate in computer science engineering and the MS computer science engineering in Northern University, Boston, USA. Then he was working in USA in IT industry nearly for 18 plus years here. And also he was a consultant for, when he is working for one particular forum, he has acted as a consultant for many forums. Then he completed his MBA in Information System Management and PhD in Knowledge Management System. He is having 18 plus years in industry experience, and of course 9 plus years in research and teaching experience as academician. So he is a combination of both. So with this brief introduction, he will have his own self-introduction and he will introduce the other resource persons to you. So with this, I request Venkat to join. Venkat, please.
Sure, ma'am. Very good morning, all. Am I audible to you all? Can you, Sudha ma'am, can you please confirm? Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Dr. Durga. Durga and other people confirming it. Okay, so are you able to see my slides as well?
Yes.
Okay, so ma'am says me to introduce, let me tell about our expertise. So basically my expertise mostly predominantly in databases and data mining, and also in statistics and big data. I'm Hadoop certified, and big data and Hadoop ecosystem. Currently I'm working with a couple of US company. I'm a consultant. I'm also serving as an adjunct professor in a couple of institutions. And Mr. TNG Ranganath, can you just show yourself there on the screen to people?
Venkat, உங்க வாய்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் பிரேக் ஆற மாதிரி இருக்கு, பாத்துக்கோங்க.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Ranganath, can you just show yourself there? It's it.
Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Ranganath.
Yeah. Mr. Ranganath has expertise in artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning. Like myself, he has worked in industry in US and in India, and he is ERP consultant. He has served many industries, like 15 industries in US and India. He's also worked in Singapore and Singapore telecom companies, and we both after our industry tenure. We would like to inform our expertise. Okay, so that's about Mr. Ranganath. So when you start seeing it, you will know the presentation and things like that. And there are other two gentlemen also join with us. One is Mr. Balaji Ramsamy. He is an expert. He works with many industries, and he's IoT expert. He is Mr. Balaji, and the other person is Mr. Vijay Bharat, so who is a cloud expert. He is certified in Amazon. So basically, the four of us are going to run this entire FDP. I will focus on more on the data mining aspects and statistics aspects and big data and Hadoop system aspects and few AI stuff. And Mr. TNGK Ranganath will be covering more on the AI, machine learning and deep learning and text mining and all. And Mr. Balaji Ramsamy will be covering about IoT. The last day, Mr. Vijay Bharat will be explaining about cloud with a real-time example of how to work with AWS. So that is about our expertise, and we will also share our LinkedIn profile for your future reference. So with that, let me welcome all of you. Let me put my headset so that I will be audible. Am I audible now? Better? So let me put the video off. I hope I'm audible better now.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Let me put the video off, and I would request all the participants to mute when you are not speaking. Whenever you have any questions, please put it in the chat. Sudha ma'am is our coordinator. She will be addressing the questions to us. Okay, I would recommend everybody to put the mute. Then the presentation is going to be very effective, right? All right. So as you see from the slide, you see the three mantras: acquire, adapt, agile. So we are, as the team was talking about, this corona making a lot of possibilities for us to adapt to the situation and acquire, what's happening, and then we have to be agile so that we have to transform. As he says, the education system has evolved. Not only education system, everything is now evolving. So there are three things you should take away from this session. You should be able to acquire skills on artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning, and then you should be able to adapt that to your work, your research, your academic or your industry work, and use in the form of agile, involve and iterative to make it effective. So as you see from the topics, we are going to cover the basics of AI, data mining, machine learning and deep learning, and cloud. That is basically the focus of this program, and we are starting today, and it is going to go till 18th, right? So this is just a brief overview of device agenda, how we are going to take this session. We see that on today, I will be shortly talking about Industry 4.0, 5.0. I'll give you a big picture, why you have to study artificial intelligence, why Indian government is organizing this, why SASTRA University is organizing it. Then we will be giving you a introduction to Internet of Things, and also we will be showing you like a demo of how to work with IoT by connecting with Arduino kit. Mr. Balaji will be explaining you how to work with IoT, how to connect the data, how to collect the data, right? So that is basically the morning session. And then once we successfully complete our forenoon session, there will be a Python programming introduction as per Professor Alirani ma'am. So we will be giving you a brief, because not many of you are familiar with Python programming. Some maybe already worked with R programming or MATLAB and things like that. So we will give a brief introduction to Python programming, show some codes, and we will explain some of the codes. And especially most of you would have already installed Anaconda Navigator, did the setup based on the instruction. We will also show you how to use Anaconda Navigator and Jupyter and all the tools. Then we will be explaining you the basic statistics in the afternoon session. Then after the break, we will be getting into the AI topics. Mr. Ranganath will be covering more on the AI search algorithm. And due to the 5 days period, we will not be able to explain or give a demo of all the algorithm, but we'll give a brief overview of some of the popular algorithm, and also we will explain, with a working example. That is the day 1 session. Can somebody put the mute? Whoever is turn on your mic. Sudha ma'am, kindly check that. Yeah, thank you. Day 2 tomorrow, you will be given exposure to the types of knowledge. What are the different types of knowledge you should know, and then different types of representation of the knowledge, and what are the AI agents, how an agent involved, how an agent is going to be helpful for our day-to-day work and industry. And also we'll talk about different types of logic. Then in the afternoon we will be getting to a primer of machine learning. What is machine learning? And also we'll be explaining different data types, how to deal with the data types, and we'll explain about the 2 types of learning algorithm. Then in the afternoon we will be having some code. So we will be explaining you some fuzzy logic and temporal logic with some real-time problems. That is the agenda for day 2. On the day 3, we will be talking about the deep learning, how the deep learning got evolved, and give you the what is neuron and perceptron and different concepts behind the neural network. Then we will be explaining you some decision tree. We may swap the sessions here and there depending on how it goes. Then we will be explaining you the famous classification method of decision tree, and then clustering, because you should know about classification and clustering, and then looking at the nearest neighbor values. So we will be explaining you those algorithms with the code. Then we will explain in the afternoon, get onto the neural network, convolutional neural network, recurrent neural network with some codes and with the hands-on sessions. Then the day 4 will be mostly on the NLP. We'll be focusing on the text mining and NLP, how the natural language processing is working in the day-to-day life. You may be already using it in Google and Amazon and other products. So we'll be teaching you that. Then on the day 5, we will be covering on the reinforcement learning, the next level of the neural network and the AI. Then we will be covering what is big data, how this AI turned to be a big data. Then working with the cloud. We'll show a demo of how to work with the AWS and Microsoft Azure cloud. That will be given by Mr. Vijay Bharat. He's an expert in cloud. Then we will be having the review of the assignments. So that today, by end of the day, we will be giving you an assignment, and that assignment we periodically evaluate. At the end of the day, like the day 5th, you will be given the chance to submit your assignment. That will be carrying some 20 marks as a weight. Okay, so this is basically in a nutshell. If you want, you can take the screen snapshot of this. These are all the focus areas for this entire program. Day 1 is focused on IoT and basics of Python and statistics and search algorithm. As ma'am says, we end with a quiz. End of the day, we will be giving you a quiz. We will ask you to submit, in the Google form, and then Tuesday will be more on the knowledge types and fuzzy logic and basic ML. On Wednesday, 3rd day will be more on neural network, and then day 4 is more on the text mining and NLP, and day 5 is on the big data and the latest cloud. Right. So with that introduction, I will jump on what is the topic of today. Please ensure that you are putting the video off or mute. I think there is one person. Arul Mani, can you please put on mute? Ma'am, you put Arul Mani on mute. Yeah. Once again, my humble request to all of you is, we welcome you to talk. We welcome you to give your questions. So if you want to speak, you have some question or concern or something, you kindly, put a message, right? I advise all of you to put your video off and then, the audio off, kindly mute it. And whenever we will have a Q&A session, and after every session, we'll have a Q&A session wherein you can speak, clarify your question. And in between, if you have some questions in your mind, just save it, put it there. We will surely address by end of the day, end of every session. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation and support. So now we are into Industry 4.0. The industry, when I say industry, it is not just mechanical industry. All the industries got evolved. So in the olden days, we have a lot of mechanization, and then, steam power, and then a lot of, manually things used to, perform, and then we get the energy. Then there is some kind of assembly line got evolved, how to assemble, how to sequence the process. Then the Industry 3.0 started evolving computer systems and electronics and electrical devices to make the efficient operation. Then now we are into Industry 4.0. Of course, Industry 5.0 is in pipeline, but predominantly I would say that we are still in Industry 4.0. India is in Industry 4.0. Already Japan and German are going towards Industry 5.0, and soon in another couple of years we will be seeing that we will move ourselves into Industry 5.0. When I say Industry 5.0 and 4.0, it is not just for the industry, it is for everybody, like human being, and in all the industry, including the social life, right? So one thing which Industry 4.0 connected, basically the important thing is Internet of Things and cyber physical systems. Since now everything is connected, so there is a role of cyber physical systems and IoT and network, right? So this is one thing I want everybody to remember. This is very much needed to get into a good understanding of AI. As a researcher, as an academician, as a human being, you should know what is the data, what is the value of data, what you can do with the data. Then the science gives the formulas and basic fundamentals on how to deal with the given data or given scenario. And engineering gives you a structured methodologies so that you can take a problem into a solution in a methodical approach. Then the technology is an enabler which will help you to bring down the all the components together for an effective solution which can be served to the customer. Then of course you do all these things without a proper management. Why you are studying AI? Why Amazon is using AI? Because they're making a lot of profit. How you finally make use of that data for a management purpose? How you get that right? So if you see at the end, you will see the sensors, like 5 sensors, 6 sensors, and then how that sensors transform to a data. Then we make the data into information, a kind of a meaningful information, and then have the information transform to a knowledge. Then once you have that, we'll get the wisdom. So by looking at, if you look at this, wisdom. So the artificial intelligence is trying to provide the wisdom to the machines, right? We all as a human, we know how to work with the knowledge, how to deal with the information, but we are training the machines to have the knowledge to react to the situation, to proactively perform the given work. You see this information, Internet of everything, all things, like I am carrying data. Everybody who are connected now, all of you are carrying the data, and then science provides you the formulas, and then there you say neuron, right? Because neuron is basically a science and is part of biology and the subjects. Science provides you the basics and fundamentals. Engineering provides you the structural approaches and principles and methodologies, and then technology provides an enabler. Like IoT is a technology, right? And Wi-Fi is a technology. Cloud is a technology which offers how to make the engineering solution conveniently delivered to the customer. End of the day, we wanted the engineering, to put into a solution. So the technology will provide the enabling, factors, enabling tools. Then intelligence. So therein we apply artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, neural network, artificial neural network, convolutional neural network, all the different intelligent techniques to make the technology even better, to make the solution even better, then we will, why we are doing all those things? Because we wanted to automate. Automation is the key for the success. Like even our Tamil Nadu government is basically getting all the data, automatically all the, COVID patients detail, how many people are treated, all those things are all automatically collected and then fed into the, collectors systems, and then from there it is accumulated and, received at the, the Tamil Nadu headquarters. So all those things are all happening, and then machine intelligence, making the machine to think, human to machine and machine to machine. It's not olden days only human can interface with machine. Now machine can interface with machine. Then finally coming to the management perspective, all the industry put all these things for a better intelligence, better business. So there exists a data analytics, visualization, and then making use of statistical tools. Finally, what is that? In the research they always say a question. When I used to do my Viva, when I used to guide my research scholars, there's one question they always ask. What is the value for the human being? What is that you are basically giving to the people? Your research, how it is going to contribute and support for the human life? Is it going to improve the human life? So basically, all the technology, everything is for betterment of human life, to provide societal values, to provide cost savings, and also to have a new way of lazy life. I'm sorry to use that word lazy life, because when the machine started introducing human beings slowly, but doesn't mean this is a lazy life. We can do a lot of productive things. So basically the mundane jobs will be given to the machine, then we can do more, very productive jobs, right? So this whole world is going towards the digital highway, super highway. You all know the OMR, Old Mahabharata Road, or the IT highway, right? So now, starting from the initial product requirement and designing the product and planning for delivering the product and engineering the product, and then producing the actual product and given the services to customer, how this digital enterprise value chain is going to work. Suppose Professor Ali Rani ma'am decided to order a wooden door, teak wood door in some specific design. She can give the input directly to the enterprise resource planning. It goes to the product planning. It goes to the shop floor, to the design people. They will make the design, based on what is the requirement given by the consumer. So the consumer requirement comes over here. According to the requirement given by a person, the product is designed and planned and then manufactured and produced and delivered to the customer. So that is basically what we are talking. Like, that is where IoT come into picture. Artificial AI comes everywhere here, starting from this product. I mean, the initial requirements gathering till delivering to the customer. AI plays a vital role. IoT plays a vital role. Big data plays a vital role, because all the data will be available in the cloud, right? Every day, even the client can see what is happening. Nowadays, if you go to car service, you can see what's happening with your car, what they are doing. Are they filling the the engine oil? Are they water washing the car? Are they fixing the brake? Everything will be visible to you, the click of a button. So that is the power of artificial intelligence and IoT, and then all the data is collected, right? So one thing, you just have a recall in 2006, right? This doesn't exist. iPhone doesn't exist. iPad, Kindle, 4G, Uber. Now you have this a new one. No, there are a lot of new things have arrived, right? So we have this Swiggy, Big Basket, and then there is one more new thing which is coming up, right? I forgot the name of that. Can anybody put that in a chat? Nowadays, Swiggy, Zomato, Potato is gone. There is one more new company has come. Anybody knows what is that company? They deliver.
Dunzo.
What is that? Dunzo. Thank you, Mr. Ranga. See, Dunzo becoming a millionaire within like a couple of months, right? Because Swiggy delivers only food items, right? And there are specific things, but the Dunzo delivers groceries. Dunzo delivers anything you want, right? Based on, they go to different places and buy. So that is the power of the technology evolution, right? So same thing is going to happen. So that brought down to the changes in the technology, right? So there is a 5G network, our focus of this workshop is more on the second item, machine learning and AI, and then you see that IoT, and then data. How you integrate the data, because we are going to give you a problem. With that problem, you should be able to integrate. After Mr. Ranganath will be covering the algorithm, you should know what algorithm I should be able to apply for the data, right? How to use the data, and then more new languages, right? So one thing I put it in a red because anything connected becomes vulnerable. So because human being create multiple things, now you're putting the machine, now you're making machine to think and react for the situation, so it is going to become vulnerable, right? So if you see that Industry 4.0 provides a ubiquitous internet, and it involves AI, and then it is reducing the labor cost and energy cost. We also wanted to save the energy, all type of energy, electrical energy, mechanical energy, and so on, right? And then we use the machine learning, and the Industry 4.0 involves smart factory, and then there will be some quiz question related to the smart factory. Now German started making all, you might have heard that China has introduced the shopping place without any human being. There will be only robots will trying to pick up and put the things, and you can just go, and then there are no machines. There are no tellers. There are no POS machines. You can simply go, when you buy things, when you pick up things, automatically it will be priced, automatically will be deducted. You can just walk out from the shop. That is the world we are getting into. Smart shops, smart factory, smart city. These are all the effect of Industry 4.0, right? So Industry 5.0 is a big thing. In another few years, we will see that. It is currently started in Japan. They're trying to make a more emergent intelligence, right? So basically it takes more proactive approaches with whatever you get it, how you can improve the efficiency and productivity by interaction between human and machine, how machine can support human, how human can control machine. Basically, a machine can provide proactive inputs to human. So that involvement, that synergy is going to be shaped further in Industry 5.0 with the power of advanced AI. We also plan to conduct one advanced AI session, if God wishes. Maybe in down the line in next few months, we may plan wherein we will address more advanced concepts. Right. So this is the future society. Now, if you see this family, the family is going to be the smart family, and all the devices, starting from your electrical sources, your mechanical sources, your banking sources, the street lights, house. The moment they walk out of the house, automatically all the power will be shut off, right? And then they based on the preference of a person A or person B, the recommendation system will give the recommendation. Hey, your cholesterol level, you don't take pizza, you just go to take some salad or something like that. It gives a lot of recommendation and make this human life better. So you see these three important things here. Without IoT, you can't achieve this 4.0, 5.0, society 5.0, because all the devices, everything is connected, going to collect lot of data. For example, your mobile, it is collecting so much of data, and so many data is collected from all the devices. For example, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all these links are all generating millions and millions of data. Eventually, every second, the sensor is going to generate the data. So definitely, we cannot keep that in a single data system. On 5th day, we will explain more about the big data, how the Hadoop ecosystem works. Then finally, we have all the data. What I am going to do with the data? That is where the AI come into picture. The algorithms and models, machine learning and data mining all come into picture to provide a better solutions for a better human life and better industry, right? And you all know why this Indian government, AICTE, UGC, and all this central government is trying to take the initiative, because they all know that robot density is going to be more soon, and there will be less pattern. India government encouraging all the research scholars. So there is going to be a huge opportunity for the research scholars to work on, more patterns towards, Industry 4.0, 5.0 AI. And then there is going to be machine-to-machine communication will be more, right? If you see that US, there are more patterns. China, there are more patterns, right? And German, there are more patterns. India is really lagging. I hope this workshop will enable some of you to increase this count. Okay, and we are under the BRICS nation, right? So BRICS is nothing but Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So we all these countries connected periodically to improve the cognitive abilities, right? And then more skills, because all the jobs of the regular jobs will be gone, so that the people are ready to. That's why Indian government is supporting all this FDP, right? So that you are all familiar with machine learning, you are familiar with all the technology, so that you don't do the regular job. You can start looking at algorithm and then improve the algorithm, make the machine work better, right? So there is going to be a huge impact for the economy. There is also a huge impact for the business, how the business work, right? Individual impact, economical impact, business impact, global impact, societal impact. All these impacts will be created from this 4.0 and 5.0. So this is one slide. I would request all of you to take the screen snapshot. We will try to provide some notes and materials, but when I say something important, kindly pay attention. So if you see that why we are conducting this FDP, because this FDP comes under Industry 4.0 and 5.0, because artificial intelligence is the backbone of Industry 4.0, 5.0. Big data analytics is a backbone, and then IoT is a backbone, right? How this autonomous robots are going to work, right? All those things will become, the big, roadblock and building block. That is why all the universities, SASTRA University, whatever universities I am working with and engaged, even US, everywhere they are trying to update the curriculum. Introducing, there won't be the old way of taking the BE in CSE. Now they are talking about BTech in artificial intelligence, BTech in with visual data analytics. So there are a lot of new subjects. So this workshop also will enable you to teach the students in a better way. Okay, so with that, I will let Mr. Ranganath will give a brief introduction about artificial intelligence and cognitive abilities. Then we will hand over to Mr. Balaji for the IoT. Ranganath, over to you.
Thanks, Dr. Venkat. Thanks, SASTRA University and the management, and I thank Dr. Alidani Madam, Dr. Sudha Madam, and also the Dean for giving us the opportunity to be a part of today's talk of the town. As Doctor had given a brief introduction about myself, I've been in the industry for quite some years and been associated with SAP, machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and all the related latest trends. We have the God-given opportunity of being in the industry as well as conducting trainings as well. So without further ado, I'd like to take us all into the session. Before I do that, am I audible? Is it clear? Do you hear any disturbances, madam? So the madam.
No, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that confirmation. Okay, as Dr. Venkat has already said, we are expecting this session to be pretty lively and interactive. So we request all you professors and all the doctors and all the research scholars to be in a very interactive way. Let this not be a session where we just walk you through a set of PPTs and you listen to it and you go home. No, we want you to be very interactive. The reason for asking you to be interactive is two things, just to make sure that we know what we are doing. Are we teaching it right? Doctor, I'm seeing your face. Would it be better to have the... good, thank you. So we would like to, yeah, you look handsome, but we would like to have the PPT. So we would like to do that. Okay, let it be like a fun session. Okay, don't be stressed. I would like to request all the participants, don't be stressed. A quiz, assignments, this, that. Okay, this is how the students feel, right? When you say that, now it's coming to you. So don't be stressed at all. It's going to be fun. We're going to be learning together. Okay, we are still learning, and I'm learning every day. Doctor is learning every day. We learn every day. We are learning from you as well. So that being said, why did I start off with that? The slide says that cognitive abilities. Cognitive abilities is about brain-based skills. For you to carry out a specific task, your cognitive abilities need to work. So obviously that is the basis of the entire chaining, right? Artificial intelligence. What is intelligence to begin with? Intelligence is about human cognitive skills. So somebody said, hey, what if I give this cognitive ability to a machine and allow it to do the mundane jobs? So what do? When we are born, we didn't start talking English. We didn't start talking our mother tongue. Let's start with the mother tongue and the cognitive abilities. People attending this seminar, FDP, are from, I'm so proud, Madam said that there have been people from all over India who have registered. Thank you very much for keeping the faith in SASTRA and as well as us. We will not make you, we will not disappoint you. Trust us on that. So all of us are from having a different set of mother tongue, right? Did somebody go to school to study the mother tongue and then start speaking? No. As the research says, the best way to learn a language is just by hearing. When you hear something, you learn the language. Most of us would have recognized that. If you are from Tamil Nadu and you have been posted in Andhra or you have been posted in Mumbai for 1 year, 2 years, when you come back, I guarantee you, you will speak in Telugu. You will be able to understand Telugu, Hindi. Those are cognitive abilities. The mechanism to learn, remember, and then we use this word as problem solving, pay attention, so that you can apply the knowledge. So it's a very good example is answering a telephone. When the telephone rings, you have trained your mind to just go pick up the phone, and either you're using a touchpad, push it, or you're using a button phone like me, you'll just press it and talk, right? So that involves decision making process, right? When a phone comes in, you are saying whether should I attend this phone call or should I reject it with a message or just leave it, don't answer it. Okay, it does require motor skills. Motor skill is nothing but you're reaching to it. I request Madam Lalita to just turn off your video, madam. Your video is on. So one caution of advice to the participants is please make sure that your videos are off. And we all know that we are all attending the class from home. So you are more than welcome to be at your best relaxed positions, but better that the videos are shut off. I think even the Sampada Golovani madam as well, I request sir or madam to just turn off the video so that it also doesn't affect the bandwidth. Okay. These are the requests that might keep coming at you, participants. Don't feel bad about it. We would keep requesting over and over to mute yourself and turn off your videos. So the motor skills, the language skills, interacting with human beings. So these are some of the cognitive skills, basically supported by our neurons. Thanks for the understanding, Professor Dubey. Just 1 second, Doc. Can you just please go back to the previous slide? Just to the previous slide. Yes. Just scroll up, please. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah. So just I want to have use a word here on neural networks. Neural networks is based on neurons. That's what we have in our brain. So we are going to look at in detail about neurons, perceptrons, how they work, how they, are being taught to make decisions. Yes, Doc. Go to the next one, please. PPT is not clear. We have very good connectivity, madam. We are connecting at about 100 Mbps speed. So if there is anything, I would request the participants on the other end to please try to reconnect, because we are connecting with the fiber optic 100 Mbps. I will show you the proof. So I request the participants, if there is issue, would request to try a reconnect, and if it still exists, we will try to solve it. Yes, doctor, can you just, yes, thank you. So what is artificial intelligence and machine learning? So as I said, those are the two hot buzzwords. I would change that myself, even that being our presentation. It is not a buzzword anymore. It is in action already. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is already around you. IoTs are already around you. You're going to have a beautiful session on IoT. I'm sure at least 50% of the participants would be wearing a Fitbit or would have a Fitbit at their house, right? True or false? Go on the chat and tell me how many of you have Fitbits right now wearing in your wrist, or you got it to your kid, Apple Watches. Those are IoTs. We are living with IoTs. We are living with artificial intelligence. What are you talking, sir? What is artificial? I'm not living with artificial intelligence. I don't have a robo. That might be your thought. Hey, having a robo, it does not mean if you have to do AI, you need to have a robo bringing you coffee. When you open up your phone and start typing a message, does it give you the next word? Suggestions for 3, 4, 5. How many of you have seen that? Right? We would have seen that, right? When you type a message on WhatsApp, it gives you suggestions, right? That is natural language processing. AI is already there. It's already inbuilt, and you're using it. It's all around you. Now it's time for you to understand what it is all about, how it is made of. And as Dr. Venkat rightly said, and Dr. Alirani madam always says, that we need to create more doctors and we need to come up with more research. This is the area where we need researchers. We request all the researchers to take this, as Dr. Venkat rightly said, this is just a start, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give you an intro to touch upon all the latest technologies, and we would love to follow it up with all advanced technologies. We have been working in this industry. We are not just bookish knowledge. We have hands-on experiences. So we would like to impart that and bring it across to the participants. So we're looking forward for more interaction with you people in the months to come. So artificial intelligence is about teaching the machine, giving it knowledge, making it how to go about learning. How do you learn? So when you start doing something, somebody tells you don't do this, so it is wrong. So that is where the last day we're going to talk about reinforcement learning. Reinforcement is nothing but, in a very layman's terms, a dog training is reinforcement learning. A lot of us know that. How many of you, some of you would have trained a dog, a lot of us would have seen a dog being trained. Reinforcement learning tells you that if you do something good, it's reward based. You did something good, here is a good reward. You did something wrong, here is a penalty. So recurrent neural networks learns by itself. So the basis of all this is obviously neural networks, neurons. Neurons is the brain cell that sits and tells you to learn stuff and act upon it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how the neuron works. How does it take the inputs? When it reaches a threshold, summarization, and then it works on an activation. Okay, so there is an integration component and an activation component, and how it gives an output. We're going to take you through a nice session, hands-on session. We're going to make it very, very informative. Trust me on that. Some of the examples of neural network are recognizing images, self-driving cars, face detection. Today, there are already lots and lots of companies out there which uses automatic attendance system. How many of you are aware of that, or already using automatic attendance system? Anybody? Go on the chat and give me a response. Is anybody familiar with automatic attendance system that you know of? Or have you seen any chatbots or robos when you walk into a restaurant? Anybody from Hyderabad here in the group? Is anybody from Hyderabad? If anybody is from Hyderabad, there is a specific Paradise biryani famous place. There is a chatbot there. If you happen to go there, please go visit that. I don't know, I'll give you the exact place. You should go there. There is a robo, artificial intelligence robo, which gives you a lot of information about the products. Okay, yeah, you should check it out, madam. Kokila Aruna, you should check it out. It's in action. Excellent, beautiful. So it's already there. So then comes deep learning. You say, sir, you said artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. What? How many learnings are you going to teach us? Can't you just teach us one learning and leave us alone? No, we're not going to leave you alone. We're going to make sure that you will learn it deep. That is not what deep learning is all about. But I try to be funny. You know, if you don't like it, you have to live with it. I'm that type of a witty type of person who try to make say things on a lighter note. So deep learning is all about. It is, as you can see rightly from the picture, as picture speaks 1,000 words. Artificial intelligence comprises of machine learning. Machine learning comprises of deep learning. So the overall picture is, the outer circle is artificial intelligence. Within artificial intelligence, we have data science. Within data science, we have data mining. Within data mining, we have machine learning. Within machine learning, we have deep learning. Within deep learning, we have recurrent neural networks. Okay, and CNN, ANN, CNN, and reinforcement learning and stuff like that. So deep learning is going to be talking about the key areas that are being covered today, talked about, and we would, as we're also suggested, madam, that we would like to run special sessions on computer vision. Doctor, can you just put your pointer on computer vision, please? Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Computer vision. There is a specific product called OpenCV out there. It does wonders. We can have one full FDP session just on computer vision. You will be amazed on what computer vision can do. Then we have speech audio. So it is used heavily in speech and audio recognition and creation of music. There are already products available, people working on research. These are all the areas of research. Ladies and gentlemen, please make a note of it. You might want to look at computer vision, speech and audio, natural language processing. Natural language processing is everywhere. Today, you go into Google and you type a mail. How many of you have noticed that when you type a couple of words, it's going to give you the next 2 to 3 words? How does it do it? It's called as natural language generation. NLG and NLU comes as a part of NLP. Natural language understanding is what the robots understand when you give a command, human to robo. Natural language generation is how a robo reacts when you speak to it. Okay, so these are some of the areas that we will be covering. We will be talking to you, giving you a demo and giving you information on speech and audio. How does, if you give a wave file, how does it generate? Excellent, yes. Anjit Raja, well done, yes. There is also a robo restaurant. Very good, good observation. Give a wave file, it's going to generate a text file, because today it's used heavily in the industry, by the medical industry. So there is a case sheet, the case history. Doctors don't write, they just look at a report, read it out, and give it to the machine, and the machine will convert that into text and give it to you. Similarly, speech to audio, audio to speech, we will have a demo, and you will be amazed to see how you can enhance that. That is a great area of research. Natural language processing, we're going to take a whole day on natural language processing. And as Dr. rightly highlights, we are using this for creating art, music, recommendation. Yes. Would you believe if I tell you today, using the NLP, there are scripts written in Hollywood using deep learning? People have started writing novels. There is something called as Generatory Adversary Network, GANs, that is available today. And if I train GANs with 1 million pictures of Picasso, it can draw a Picasso art. You will not be able to identify. It has been proved. I can give 1,000 scripts, action scripts. NLP will end up, deep learning will end up writing a beautiful Hollywood script that you will not be able to make on, it will be a hit. So that is where we are. So the next slide, doctor, please. Okay, so we are going to be, in this part, we're going to be talking about fuzzy logic. We're going to be talking about an artificial neural network, backpropagation neural network, feed-forward neural networks. We're going to be also discussing a few things which are not a part of this as well. Next slide, doctor, please. So, as we said, it's intelligent decision making, knowledge-based models, data fusion, visual analytics. We'll be talking about machine learning, where you can make analytics, classification and diagnostics on knowledge problems using KNN, K-means clustering, knowledge engineering. We're also going to be giving you information on tomorrow, a very good prelude on the machine learning, what machine learning is all about, what is predictive analytics, what is descriptive analytics. We're going to be talking to you about statistics. One thing that I would like to add here is, you don't have to be a mathematician, but knowing statistics, linear algebra, derivatives, calculus is going to be helping big time. But you're not, I'm sure, being professors and coming from a research background, you're not going to be afraid of mathematics. So maybe this is not the right forum to say that. But we do. Dr. Venkat, can you please mute yourself?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because we say that in other forums, because a lot of people are afraid of coming near data science and artificial intelligence, fearing that it is math-based. But I don't want to lie to you. If you are a good mathematician, you would do wonders if you brush up your skills on statistics, linear algebra, derivatives, not necessarily calculus, derivatives, matrix. It will help you big time. Okay, so it is used in the areas of aerospace, bioinformatics. Next slide, doctor. Okay, before we go on the IoT of things, I request doctor to just unmute to stop sharing for a minute. I just want to take 2 minutes to show participants on the live use of can just yeah,
sure.
Let me just share a small presentation to just show the. Okay, is my PPT visible to everybody?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
Everybody should use that present and then pin it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pin it.
So are you able to see this, doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just 2 minutes. I just want to put a closure to this with the live example. As you can see, the artificial intelligence is not specific to. It is everywhere. What they say is, it is being said that Just a second, I'm just taking an arrow. Okay. Here, 76% of the business leaders believe that artificial intelligence is going to bring them success. 39% see that there is a revenue increase. Some of the areas where you can really see them in action, or all of you can go back and check, make a note of it if you want. It's used in recruitment and onboarding, where they can do a pre-screening of candidates, where there is this tool by Fortune 500 company which offers an AI-driven interviewing tool which does all the basic work, does all the checks, background checks, make sure is there a plagiarism in the resume, is there a similar resume that has been submitted. Generally people make that mistake. They'll just copy it from their friends and then give it. Maybe it says that they worked on a same project. It'll go back and check whether, okay, who has all mentioned the same project, who have submitted the resumes, and try to contact them and find out if they have been recruited. They might go back to that candidate and say, hey, do you think Dr. Venkat also worked in the same project? So that is where it is also used. And then corporate training and learning is, Honeywell has got a fantastic product which uses this AR and VR, okay, virtual reality and augmented reality. What they do is they will give it to their best employees to wear it and record how they would train a particular, or how they will handle a particular use case, and that will be used in training. And better customer service, this is a fantastic tool. Go check it out. Cogito is a fantastic tool. What it does is, based on the modulations on the voice signals, it is going to come back and tell you, hey, you know what, that customer was asking you this question, the modulation that you responded would have made that customer feel bad. Behavioral science, guys, is applied big time. So you can correct yourself. So you be a little nicer, or it might say like, you are too nice to that, or you are doing good. There are similar tools like Chorus is also another tool which works in a similar manner. And there is something called as a growth bot, which is helps to mine the company's public data and offer quick answers. So we're going to be looking at, when it comes to our text mining, we're going to be talking about more on how you would do this kind of analysis, tweet analysis and stuff like that. Because basically, if that was understood by Maggie, they would have saved a lot of their work. So thank you very much for listening to me patiently. Thank you, Doctor. Without further ado, I think you can launch the introduction, and I will mute myself. Thank you very much.
Sure, Ranga. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ranganath, giving the introduction and overview about AI machine learning. I hope I am audible. Next, we are going to have a break at 10:45. Okay, probably 10:35 to 10:40. We are going to break. So I'm just going to continue for another 10 minutes, and we'll give a break. Okay. So as I said, the agenda, there is one hidden agenda is there. So always myself and Ranganath, whenever we handle session, we always give a positive point, because it is very much important, to make the session interesting, as well as connect the participants with some positive points and story, right? So that will be helpful for the future. Okay. So this is basically the life skills which I came up with. Of course, my students have helped in preparing this. This is what the skills needed for life. So we will try to share every session, morning one story, afternoon one story. Ranga is also good at telling the story and positive point. Okay, so I will start sharing one positive point. A story about your thought is your karma. Your thought is your karma. Okay, right. There was a king. That king was very nice king, and that king used to always go during the weekend to see the city tour. In Tamil they call Nagarvalam. He just goes to the city to see how people are, right? And whenever he goes, I mean, he goes in a big elephant, and there is a little seat for him. Along with him, some ministers and other people go along with him. So he goes to one particular street, and then one particular shop, his mind gets disturbed. He gets disturbed. He just gets some negative feeling, and he wanted to kill somebody. First weekend, he wanted to kill somebody. Then when he see that next weekend when he goes there, that same feeling came to the shop. There was one shop. That shop sells sandalwood items and some gift items, things like that. It smells so nice, a lot of nice fragrance, and sandalwood, costly wood types that merchant sells from there. So as soon as he reaches there, he started, I want to somehow kill that person. I don't know how I got this thought. I wanted to kill that shop owner. I don't know why I am getting that thought. So he wanted to kill that person. That was his thought. And there is a movie, there is like he, instead of talking in his mind, he just talks openly. Next weekend he openly spoke. His minister overheard that. Oh, why our king wanted to kill that shopkeeper, I mean the shop owner. So very next day, that minister went and then looked around the shop. He was just going through. Then that owner started talking to the minister. Sir, welcome, sir. How are you? Like you, sir, many people are coming and then looking at all the things. Then he says, like, these things are very beautiful. You got wonderful wood collections and very nice gift items. It smells so nice. Fragrance is so nice, etc. Yes, sir. Everybody says that, but it is very costly. So nobody buys any of these items. But I have a big faith that the king will die soon. I wish that king die soon, so that all the all the funeral functions and everything, they use the wood items, because my shop is one of the quality shop, and always people will buy the wood items from me. So that is my wish. I'm hoping king will die soon. I'm wishing and hoping. Then I will become rich. I can feed my family. Right now, I am, I'm in, what you call, my business is not doing good. I'm not making money. Then only the minister, oh my God, that's the reason why why king was feeling so negatively about this person and to kill this person. Then this person wanted to change the thought process, right? So we all can change our thought, because thoughts are very powerful. So what minister did was, he started looking around. He bought some gift items, right? And then the owner was so happy. He nicely packed, gave some small gift and all. So he gave some 100 gold coin. The minister was, that shop owner was very happy. Then he thanked, and then this minister left. Then very next day, minister went and met with king. Then he gifted the king that, the shopkeeper, that owner gave this gift to you. Oh, king was so surprised. Wow. Then he just started opening that gift box, and then when opened that gift wrap, and then saw that gift item was so nice smell, nice fragrance, nice look and feel. He was so happy. Then, oh my God, why did I think very bad and negative about that person? He seems to be a very nice guy. He's gifting me something. So I have to be a good king. I should not have any negative feeling. Let him live longer. I will gift him something. So he started giving some like 1,000 gold coin to the minister. Go and gift this 1,000 gold coins to that shopkeeper and let him, happy, and then sell, good items. Things like that he told. Then the minister went and then spoke to the shop owner. The king, every time he used to go around your area, he used to smell a nice fragrance, and then, he liked your shop, and he liked some of the things you have on the front. So he wanted to gift you some money. So he gave like the 1,000 gold coin. Then this person was so happy and astonished. Oh my God, how I thought so negative about this king. This king is a wonderful guy. He cares for all the citizens of this kingdom. So long live king. Let him live happily, peacefully. And I wish and pray that king live for longer. Right. So this is the power of a thought. Right. So if the negative thought of this person, like the shop owner, was so powerful, then king would have died. Right. Or if king's thought was so powerful, negative thought, it would have killed. I mean, he would have definitely hanged this shop owner, right? So our thoughts are very powerful. Let us have a good care of our thoughts. Our thoughts are going to define the karma. The karma is not just fate. Okay, of course there is some influence on the fate, but your thoughts will change your karma, your future. Because in Japan they have proved. It's a PhD research proved in Japan, testing the water. A water molecule, water structure can be changed by the words and thoughts. It is proved by Japanese scientists. So our body has so much of water, the world has so much of water. We ourselves should think positive. Like I wanted all of you have a positive thought today, right? You are going to learn artificial intelligence. You are going to do at least one AI program, one machine learning program, one text mining program, right? And one learn something you're going to apply. Have that thought, right? With that thought, I will quickly introduce about IoT. Then after the tea break, we will start the session from Dr. B. Venkata Sheshu Kumari. Thank you. See, one other thing. Always appreciate people. I will tell a story later on. It is you have to be happy. Don't think that only if only when I did well, I should be happy. Only when my all good things happen to me, I should be happy. If everything happened to anybody, I should be happy. Appreciate, encourage, motivate, thank. These are all some of the real positive words which has more effect for you, and it creates a nice positive vibration among yourself and among others. Excellent. Okay, so let's get back to the IoT. I'll give you a quick intro about the IoT, and then I will have after the break I will hand over. I mean, after I finish my session, I'll hand out to Sudha ma'am. Then we will have a break and we'll continue our session. Okay, here you go. You see that as Mr. Ranganath said, we are carrying, if you look at this mobile phone, do you know how many sensors in this mobile phone? Any guess? Can you tell me how many sensors there in your smartphone? Shoot out some answers. As we said, we are interactive. Please shoot what type of sensors this phone has. What are the devices this phone has? Voice sensor, excellent. See, if I am changing this one, it's changing its angle, right? When I am doing something, what is that called? What type of sensor? Oh, great. Gyro sensor, movement sensor, proximity sensor. Excellent. Excellent. See, you yourself carry IoT with you. You yourself carry a lot of data, right? So suppose in this room, I can have I have my air conditioner which is sensor controlled, right? So if I automatically, it will, if Ranga is going to teach a beautiful lesson on the fuzzy logic, your air conditioning systems are already applying fuzzy logic. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are using IoT and we are using a lot of AI based techniques and those algorithms, right? GPS, excellent, good. Internet, you all know, it's a network of networks that consists of different types of applications. We have business, government, private, etc., right? And it is linked with a broad array of many devices, electronic devices, wireless devices, optical networking devices. So IoT is nothing but network of physical objects like your laptop, your mobile phone, your car, your house, right? And your wherever you are, the location, all are embedded with electronics. Of course, it has to be embedded with electronic. Your mobile phone, it's an electronic device and it has a sensors, right? So, and it should be embedded with the electronic. You should have a right software. it should have a good number of sensors, and of course there is a network connectivity. You should be able to connect to the device. Either you are connecting to the cloud, or and that enables these objects to collect and exchange data. The whole idea of Internet of Things is connecting various devices through a network, collect the data, collect the information, and make some intelligence out of it, right? And control some of the devices, right? So there are different names, but one concept: machine-to-machine communication. IoT sometimes is also called as machine-to-machine communication. Internet of everything, web of things. Cisco is defining as Internet of everything, world size web, Skynet, right? So they use in Terminator movie, right? They're all different name, but it's all related to Internet of Things. So we take the things, add the ability to sense. See that 5 senses. This is important. Like when we started talking about cognitive ability, right? We are trying to give these senses to the machine. See already what type of sense is available in the mobile phone. Can you tell me by looking at these 5? What are the, do we have all the except one sense? I think 2 sense. I think the mobile phone has 3 senses. What are those senses? Can you just put it? How many senses? I know we have all 5 senses. We are also having a 6th sense, common sense, right? That is different. We also have another sense that is, we'll talk later. It's a comedy sense. Okay. Anyway, see, what are the 3 sense? Everybody will have that comedy sense, but sometimes, we don't laugh, we don't smile. We all have that sense of humor, right? That is another sense we have. We don't express, we will be always rigid. No, I am attending the presentation, seminar, workshop. I have to be like this. No, let's be cool. That sense of humor, right? What are the senses we have in your mobile phone? Mobile phone has a sight. It can view. You can take a picture. Mobile phone has a recorder, sound, and it can listen to whatever is happening. By touch, mobile phone gives a reaction. We are already emulating all these senses, right, through artificial intelligence. Similarly, we can also have this taste and then smell, right? All these senses are given to the devices, and then we take the things, make that ability, provide the ability to sense and communicate. Yeah, I'm hearing so much of noise. Then automatically, right now what we are doing, we don't have, assuming that in this Google room, there are sensors available. There are IoT devices available. There is no need of Sudha ma'am. There is no need of me and Ranganath is telling them to mute or, mute your video or, mute your, audio. Automatically, the sensors, the devices are going to look at all the participants, check who is a presenter. Okay, there will be some special icon to distinguish the presenter. All others will be automatically, disabled. Or, if there is some noise is there, echo sound is there, it adjusts the network, it adjusts the environment, it reduces the volume, do something. That is the intelligent capability, what we are talking about. So future, definitely, Google will deploy like Google Assistant. Google will apply some Google Meeting Assistant that will help to do all these things. I will say, after 30 minutes, give a break. Then it will come and give a break, unmute all the participants. I don't have to do anything. That, the activity will be done by the Google API, right? Touch and control. So there are about 9.1 billion IoT units there, but now we are touching like, 28.1 billion. Now in this Corona, I think this will become, I don't know the exact count right now. So there will be like probably 50 billion IoT devices, right? And then there's a revenue growth of 1.9 trillion in, to $7.1 trillion in 2020. So there's going to be huge opportunity, right? So with that, I will have a quick break now. As I said, we are keeping up the time. Now it is 10:40. Alexa, maybe Alexa, thank you. So we wanted you to be interactive. You can put as much of communication through the chat. In case if you have some question which you can't, stop, you can, raise that question you would like to speak. Then Sudha ma'am will let us know, or myself or Ranganath will see that and we will respond to you, right? So now with the time, Sudha ma'am, I think we'll take a quick break and you can take the call. Then after we come back from the break, now it is 10:40. I will have Mr. Balaji will present on his IoT.
Sure, sir. Thank you, Dr. Venkat, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, thank you so much. So let us take break now. And everybody, you are all requested to join back by 11 o'clock. So without trying, please join back.
Yeah, we'll say
Yes, sir.
10:55 a.m. Let's give 15 minutes break. Okay, so we will start at
Okay, sir.
11 a.m. We'll start. If they come before 5 minutes, we can just put some questions there. We can have a chat, some interactive chat we can have.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
15 minutes.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you.
it will be good.
See you all
Thank
soon.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Sir,
ma'am.
we'll meet back.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.